Hello, folks, and welcome back. I'm going to continue the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego tonight. And it's found in the book of Daniel in the Bible. And it's about three young men, or old teenagers, whichever. And their names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And they were living in a place where the king had built a huge idol, a huge statue that he wanted people to worship. And they said, no, that's not what we do. But the king had said, if you don't do it, whenever you hear music playing, you have to bow down to the statue. And whenever you hear music playing and you don't bow down, I'll have you thrown into a furnace and burned to a crispy, crackling nothing. Well, these three guys believed in the true God. And they wouldn't worship the idol. They would worship only God. And that's the right thing to do. Some people in the kingdom noticed that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, whenever there was the sound of the trumpet, the violin, the piano, the harp, the sousaphone, the saxophone, whenever there was an oboe playing, whenever anybody went through with an accordion, they didn't stop and bow down to the idol. Well, these people that noticed that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not worshiping the idol, they went to the king. And they said, King Nebuchadnezzar, may you live forever. Listen, whenever we hear the sound of the tambourine or the spoons, whenever we hear somebody playing a cello or anything at all like that, we bow down and we worship your idol, and that's what you told us to do. But there are these three guys that are not doing that. They're disobeying your laws. Well, King Nebuchadnezzar got really, 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 really mad about that. And so he wanted to know who they were. Who are these men? He said. Bring them to me. I want to talk to them. It's not always good when somebody says, the king wants to talk to you, or the principal wants to talk to you. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it can be frightening, especially if you think they're angry at you. And it can be very frightening. If you've ever been sent to the principal's office, and I hope you haven't, but if you have, you know it's scary, especially when you have to sit and wait. Or maybe somebody says, you wait till your father and I have talked this over, and then we're going to talk to you. And you've got that scary time where you don't know what's going to happen to you, but you know you're in trouble. Well, that's what they had. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, with all that stuff on their mind, they went and they stood in front of the king. The king knew that they worshipped God and not his idol. But he told them his law one more time. He said, if you don't bow down when the music plays, you will be tossed into the fiery furnace. And here's where the story really comes to the point. Because the three men said, there's no need for you to play your music. We'll not be bowing down to your idol. We worship God, and God's the only one we worship. And even if you throw us into the fire, our God will save us from the flames. And even if we are not saved, it's important for you to know that this is what we believe. We will not worship your idol. Well, the king was really mad at them. I mean, really mad at them. I mean, so mad at them, his face turned as red as a fire would be, and you could just see the steam pouring out of his ears. He was that mad, that hopping mad. He jumped up and down like, I don't know what. He jumped up and down like a spoiled brat throwing a fit. And he told the soldiers, "Heat that furnace 7 times hotter than usual." And then he told his strongest soldiers to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the hottest part of the fire. And there they go, marching off into the flames. Well, what do you think happened to them? Have you ever burnt yourself? Have you ever gotten too close to a radiator, let alone too close to a stove or too close to a fireplace? Even getting near it, the Bible says, even getting near it, the soldiers found that the hair in their eyebrows were starting to burn up. We're going to find out what happened to them tomorrow. Good place to stop, don't you think? I'll see you then. Bye-bye.